Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. I haven't done an update on immigration lately, so today is going to be an immigration update. I have two stories to share with everybody showing, well, just how bad the situation is getting. And let me add a third item before I get to these stories. Another update I should give you. I'm not going to bother with the headline, but two Republican senators, I hope they'll be joined by more, but there are two Republican senators who have announced that they have put holds on a couple of Joe Biden's appointments or nominees for certain positions. Senators can do that. An individual senator can hold up a nominee's hearing. There's two Republican senators who said they are holding up at least these particular positions until Joe Biden visits the border. I say Godspeed. I would just hope, wish, pray that other senators, at least the Republican senators, would join these two senators. I don't see how they have any excuse not to, because the immigration situation on our southern border, especially Texas, it is not getting any better. In fact, it is getting much worse, as I'm going to show you in a second. The real tragedy is, this is another story I can do in a future vlog as a general proposition. Somebody mentioned it today, though, that Joe Biden just went in, he just reversed automatically everything that Trump has done simply because Trump did it. Or anything that he could reverse, he reversed. He just canceled some leases for drilling in ANWR in Alaska. The Alaskan senators, the Alaska government officials, certainly, she was on TV saying so just today. Lisa Murkowski, she is really just very angry that it's going to hurt Alaska. Not only that, but it's going to hurt the rest of us, the rest of the country. Gas prices, the average gasoline price in California right now, it's $4, over $4. That's for regular gas. Premium is even higher than that. Gas prices are soaring, and Joe Biden, his left-wing administration, either Joe Biden or the left-wingers controlling him, are doing everything they can to force us into electric cars, even though there's not enough power to power. Toyota said that. Toyota makes cars, they make electric cars. They said that everybody can't have an electric car. It's not possible to produce enough power to power all these electric cars. We have an administration, a far-left radical administration that is just not listening. So they're doing everything they can to make gas so expensive that we won't use gas anymore. We'll drive cars. A local government, I can't remember which one it is trying to force homeowners out of natural gas, which is clean burning, but it's a fossil fuel. You see, it's a fossil fuel, so they have to ban it and force us to buy. I don't want an electric car. To force us to use products, use energy, buy products that we don't want, and we're being forced to do it. One reason we're being forced to do it is because the government offered, thanks to Democrats, offered tax incentives to, for instance, buy electric cars. I guess people, even with tax incentives, even with getting a tax deduction or maybe even a tax credit, they're not buying cars. So now we have to all be forced to, or not buying electric cars. Now we have to all be forced into it. But the real tragedy, as I was about to say before I got off track, because when I start ranting, who knows where the rant's going to go. But on the border, all Joe Biden had to do, Trump had fixed the problem. All Joe Biden had to do was nothing. Just keep the policy the way it was. It was working. Do nothing. Instead, he just overturned everything, opened up our borders, which I guess as I said, I'm ranting today, so here I go off on another track, but there's no doubt in my mind that the left wants to flood the country with illegal immigrants, especially from these third world countries, especially immigrants or unlawful aliens whom they expect will or anticipate will vote for Democrats to get free stuff because they're coming into the country without any skills, not much education, maybe don't even speak the language. I think that goes part and parcel with their opposition to voter reform, which they keep wrongly calling voter suppression. And hey, Facebook and Twitter, are you demonetizing and canceling and removing from Twitter people who say that these red states are engaged in voter suppression? That's out and out false. They should be taken down, shouldn't they? Just as they take down people who question the election, which, well, I'm not going to comment on whether it's true or false because I'm a kind of person who waits for facts. We have an audit going on. And, well, I'll give you a quick election audit update too, or ballot audit update. Maricopa County, I'll do a separate one later at some point, but some Pennsylvania lawmakers have visited Maricopa County to watch their process with the consideration that they may want to institute a similar audit in Pennsylvania. That's why they're down there, and I understand other states are sending delegations too to observe this ballot recount. So hopefully we're going to see a lot of recounts, and it's all to the good if we have these recounts, audits, and they show that Biden really won. What is the problem? The issue will be settled. I've lost elections before. My party has. It hasn't ruined my life. I understand we can't win every election, but there is so much fishy about this one. And the most fishiest thing, or the fishiest thing about this election, is the refusal of election officials in these various states to have these audits. They fight these audits, they refuse to cooperate. I have to wonder why, because actions speak louder than words, and I have to just assume based on that to the extent actions speak louder than words, that they're afraid of what the audits are going to find. They at least see the possibility that they're going to find that the wrong person was declared the winner. Now back on to the track I'm supposed to be on, immigration. Two headlines show you how bad it is and how tragic it is. We'll start with how bad it is. Texas Governor Greg Abbott declares disaster in state over border crisis. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott issued a disaster declaration for 34 counties along or near the Lone Star State's border with Mexico Tuesday, claiming that President Biden's immigration policies had allowed in a flood of drugs and gang members. Quote, President Biden's open border policies have paved the way for dangerous gangs and cartels, human traffickers, and deadly drugs like fentanyl to pour into our communities, unquote, Abbott said in a statement. Quote, meanwhile, landowners along the border are seeing their property damaged and vandalized on a daily basis while the Biden administration does nothing to protect them, unquote. In the declaration, Abbott noted that Texas Department of Public Safety troopers had, quote, made over 1,300 criminal arrests, apprehended over 35,000 illegal migrants, or unlawful aliens as I call them, and seized over 10,000 pounds of drugs and over 100 firearms, unquote, since March 6th of this year. So that's just it's not even a half a year. It's March, April, May. It's like 3 months. Where are we here? He also stated that between January and April, troopers had intercepted, quote, 21.5 million lethal doses of fentanyl, unquote. That's 21.5 million lethal doses of fentanyl, not doses, lethal doses. Abbott said the state has already made over 1,000 criminal arrests. So these unlawful aliens coming into the country, committing crimes. They're not here, at least 1,000 of them, not here to live among us as lawful citizens. Well, certainly not lawful citizens, but law-abiding citizens at least. No, 1,000 criminal arrests, over 1,000. Quote, by declaring a state of disaster in these counties, Texas will have more resources and strategies at our disposal to protect landowners and enforce all federal and state laws to combat criminal activities stemming from the border crisis. Working together with local law enforcement, the state will continue to take robust and meaningful action to keep our communities safe, unquote, because the federal government is doing nothing. Last week, Abbott announced plans to enact legislation criminalizing the manufacture or delivery of fentanyl, a powerful and often deadly opioid. Quote, it's clear, unquote, the governor said at the time, quote, that Biden's open border policies are unleashing deadly consequences, unquote. No kidding. No kidding. And we have a president who refuses to visit the border because he doesn't want to know, he must know the problem. He doesn't want to be confronted with it. He doesn't want to go to the border and see what is happening. And then, well, he'll probably just try to blame it on Trump. Trump solved the problem, and we have the problem again because Joe Biden unsolved it. So that's the bad part, the tragedy. These are the bad things that are happening, but well, actually, this is the real tragedy. This next story, I'm going to show you a video, but first let me give you a headline, short quote from an article, but this is really heartbreaking. It is really heartbreaking. Video shows smugglers abandoning 5-year-old boy at the Texas border. Smugglers abandoned a 5-year-old boy just steps away from the Texas border because they expected his parents to pick him up, leaving the wailing tot to beg them, quote, don't leave, unquote, according to a report. A man and woman were caught on cell phone video helping the young boy across the Rio Grande River, but then leaving him by a barbed wire wall at an underpass marking the border between Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas, last Thursday. The couple then turn around and walk back across the river, leaving the boy alone. The boy, oh my God, the boy holding a teddy bear screams amid his sobs, quote, where are you going? No, 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 don't leave, unquote. Here's the video, and as I said, it's heartbreaking, just heartbreaking, but the words don't do it justice. Here's the video.
Este niño acaba de ser abandonado en la frontera entre México y Estados Unidos. La imagen fue registrada por una periodista de la France Press en la noche del jueves en la frontera entre la mexicana Ciudad Juárez y la estadounidense El Paso, separadas apenas por el río Bravo. El menor llegó acompañado de una pareja, pero luego la mujer lo llevó hasta territorio estadounidense y lo dejó solo.
There it is, Joe Biden. That's what you would see if you would come down to the border. But of course you won't. And these child abandonments will continue. That kid was not the first one. There will be many more because of this heartless administration. And that's it for today. Thumbs up if you like this video. Share with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments? Comment section below the video where you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting subscriptions, new subscribers. As you can see, I'm really affected by this. I love getting new subscribers. You can visit my other channels, my hot dog recipe channel, my music channel, links in the description. But most of all, I just appreciate the time that you spend with me. And I hope, well, this video especially, I hope you'll share it, especially with maybe some liberals whom you know. Let them see what the policies they support are doing. And I guess come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.